Hey my friends, welcome back to Rosie's Creative Wings, and welcome back for another week of Art Prompts by You. This will be week 4, and this week I was challenged by my friend and sister here on YouTube, Margie from This, That, and Beyond. I'm going to link her channel down below. Go check her out. She's been participating in this prompt. I don't know if she posted anything yet because I haven't had a chance to go to her channel, but she is playing around with the prompts. So she challenged me this week, and so the prompts that she picked for me, I wrote them down, is number 111, which is abstract. Number 53, which is color of choice, which I love that. Number 33, which is modeling paste or molding paste. Number 73, foliage, leaves, plants, and things like that. And number 93, a portrait. Awesome. So those are the prompts that she challenged me. I also challenged her. I gave her a few prompts as well. So I'm really happy that someone finally challenged me. So that is the video for today. So I did gather a few things, being that I had the prompts already. I have my color here, teal, and this is kind of the same colors. I have some modeling paste on the side. I have some stamps because I do want to try to do my own abstract design. I could have easily picked a paper that had abstract, which I did already coloring on it, but I just wanted to do a little bit of my own abstract in the background. And then so I'm going to be doing my design here, and this is the same one that I picked for, that I used for the first, this is not the first one, the third art prompts by you, which is this one. So I'm just gonna use this art, it's just watercolor art book, and I did cover the front just to, I don't like the front the way it was, so I just used some of that really beautiful Temu paper that's really rustic. I added some other parts here from that design from the first, the third art prompts by you I made, and I just added these words to it. So this is week 4, so I'm going to be using this art book here. I do have some stamps on the side. I do want to see if I can create some abstract, and I do have some foliage here, which are some die cuts. I don't know if I'm going to use any die cuts, but I left them out just in case. And then here I have some mark making stamps that I took out of my books, and so I don't know if I'm going to use all of them. Of course, I probably won't be able to use all of them. I'll use some of them, and then I have my image here on the side, which I'll take it out later, just to give you a little surprise at the end. So yeah, my friends, we're going to begin. See how this turns out. I will probably see you at the end of the video, and so I hope you guys enjoy. Anyone that's joining this collab, please, I would love it if you let me know. I would love to see what you're doing on your end. And so yeah, guys, we're gonna begin. Okay, my friends, so I thought that I would do a little bit of a voiceover for some of these parts here in the video, just to explain a little bit of what I am doing. So I have a woodless pencil here. Let me see. So it's kind of like a charcoal pencil, and it's woodless. This one is the medium one. I thought I would use it to just create some marks and some like boxes here, so I can just do some abstract In the back, I don't have a planned idea. I'm just going as doing the lines, and so the charcoal kind of will give it sort of like a bit of a non-perfect line once you kind of touch it with water or any other medium, and that was what I'm aiming for. So I'm just creating lines and just not thinking too much about it to create some abstract shapes and lines and things like that. So here, as you can see, I'm adding some slanted lines here to create like diamond shape in this box. Just trying to add a little bit of different shapes and in the boxes. Not all of them. I'm just gonna leave some of them blank. But I'm just adding a little bit of interest to it. So when it all comes together, you can see sort of the abstract part of it. What I'm doing here is definitely not perfect. It's not meant to be. So I do notice that my lines, my whole line in the picture is a little bit slanted, but again, mixed media and art is not perfect. I definitely don't want it to be perfect, so that is going to work itself out at the end. You really won't notice it once you add your color, and if you will add an image, yeah, it changes a bit, so a lot of the stuff will be unnoticed. So here I'm thinking as to what else I should add to the page or the abstract design. So I started making a circle, but I realized I don't want it to be super crooked, so I do grab the cover of one of my Elmer's glue sticks. So I use it just to make a circle. Then I grab the smaller one for the middle, just to add a circle shape. And of course, use your items at home to create shapes. You don't have to have anything super, like stencils or anything like that. You can probably use anything you have to create a circle, or just freehand it. So here, as you can see, I'm adding a bit of definition to the squares or the boxes with the charcoal pencil, just highlighting kind of like the box. Also, this is for the purpose of adding a bit of water and having that edge there just kind of come out a little bit from the page. So that is the purpose for me doing this. The charcoal, once you hit it, this one here that I'm using only kind of spreads a little bit. It's not fully water soluble, but it works. So that is what I'm doing here. Just doing that to some of the boxes, not all of them. So here I am adding masking tape in one of the boxes on the edges so that I can just get the center of this box. I don't want the other sides to get inked up. I think this is where I use a stamp to add into the center of the box. And so here I'm looking to see which one of the stamps I can use. These stamps, I did purchase them on Temu if you're interested. I do have quite a few of mark making stamps, so I'm just looking through them. And I think this is the one I settled for. Yes. So here my paper kind of tears the page a little bit. This masking tape is pretty sticky. It doesn't affect the page too much, but yeah, I should have patted it down before I laid it down. I just laid it down. But as you can see, it doesn't really affect the page too much. I do fix whatever I see that was torn a little bit. It just really adds texture to the page. So here I am going over the parts where I thought got affected by some of the page just coming off. So here I am reapplying the masking tape, and I do repeat this along the page to add some interest with the stamps. So in this part here, I am reapplying the masking tape just to add the modeling paste to some of the boxes. I do have to add some texture to the page, as that's one of the prompts. So I decided to kind of do similar to what I did with the stamping, but I'm just going to add the modeling paste. And so this modeling paste is not usually the modeling paste that I use. I did purchase this thinking that it's like the other ones I use. This one's a little bit, I don't know how to describe it, a little bit more wet. It works, but it's not the type of modeling paste that I like to use. So I applied it, and what I'm going to do next is just try to just make some lines and things like that to bring out the texture, because I thought about a stencil, but that is not one of the prompts, so I'm not able to use a stencil. So I kind of just came up with just making some marks on it. So you have to just try to improvise and do what you can with your prompts. Make them your own. You will always come up with situations like this when you're doing prompts, but the fun part of it is you just go with the flow and use what you have. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that's what I decided to do. So here I'm reapplying that same tape. And I'm reapplying the same tape just because I feel that if I apply new tape, it'll be super sticky again and it will break my paper again. So I'm just trying to use that same masking tape so that it's not too sticky. And so I am putting more of this modeling paste. This is actually the Speedball brand that I probably won't purchase again. So here I'm just adding the modeling paste, just freehand, just putting some texture throughout the page. I do like the way that when you spread the modeling paste just like that with the knife palette there, you can just create imperfect shapes and textures, and that's one of the things that I love about just mixed media. And so when doing this part, you don't worry about it too much. You just spread it and you just add textures to your page, and that's pretty much it. I do enjoy that part. So here I start using the acrylic ink. This is by Mare. And so this is kind of like a transparent acrylic ink. And so I do start applying it into some of the boxes here. and it does spread out with the water, just giving it some interest. And I'm not trying to keep it in the box, I'm just bringing it down, spreading also some of that black from the charcoal. And so I repeat the same. That's my daughter touching my bracelet. So I do the same here. And this one is the teal color. So this is one of my favorite parts of mixed media, just adding the paint, and I just love to see the flow of it. It's just something that I love to do. And so I continue at the bottom, and I'm just spreading the paint. Look how pretty that color is. And I'm not trying to be perfect. So here I'm just adding splatters to the paint, to the page. So here I just add the paint. I add enough paint so that it can give me that dripping effect. I like that in my pages, especially if you're doing like a rustic type of look, and that's one of my favorite types of looks. So just letting the paint drip, letting the paint flow. This is something that anyone could do. So here I am using the FW, these are the Taylor and Rowney inks, acrylic inks. It's actually the same color as the Montmartre that I just used. And so I'm just adding some circles to the page. Because I am using the same color for all the drippings and the paint that I'm adding to the page, I just wanted to add some shapes, kind of like to separate it from the drips and things like that, being that I can only use one color. So that is what I'm doing right now, just playing around. So I'm going over some of the lines of the boxes with my Lyra, I think it's the Lyra graphite pencil, because the charcoal didn't really give it the effect that I was hoping. So I do like that I do like what it did with the boxes, that's fine, but I also wanted um, some of the black to kind of come off the lines as well. So this is where the Lyra graphic pencil comes in. So I'm just going over some of the lines, and you will see what it does. I'm not looking for something dramatic, super dramatic. I'm just want it to be somewhat subtle. So that is what I'm doing here. And I just wet the brush, and you can see there it's moving the black somewhat, and so that is the look that I was looking for. So here I am looking through my die cuts. This is just a little binder where I keep the die cuts that are already cut. And so I'm looking through the foliage ones. Do I have to include something with foliage or leaves or plants in the prompts? So I'm just going through these right here. I kind of thought that these will fit really nicely with the piece because they are cut from like a mixed media piece of paper. But I do decide to continue looking through the book and see what I can find. And here is my image of this cute girl. So the darker image, I printed her on rice paper, and the lighter image, I printed her on tracing paper. I like both of them, but I thought that I would use the darker image. I think she pops in the page. She's so adorable. I created her. And so I continued to look through the die cuts to see what I'm going to use. So I do a little bit of auditioning the pieces. Um, I did like the way the green looks, but um, I didn't feel like it popped, and it didn't go too well with the image, so I do fussy around to find what I'm looking for. So I'm still looking, and I come to the black pieces that I have here, and I do love the way the black stands out. So I decide on a black uh, die cut, but I'm still undecided as to which one I want to use. So I do go and I fuss a little bit more. So I finally decide on this piece here. I think it goes really well with it. So here I finally decide to put my girl down, and I'm using the gel medium. It's called Sax, S-A-X, True Flow medium. Just to put it down, I think this is the best medium to use when you're using best type of medium, not the brand name, just the type of medium when you're putting down paper that. So here I do rip my paper. This is rice paper, so I think that the glue that I'm using is better for that type of paper, but I do rip it a little bit. I do fix it though. You do have to reapply, of course. And so I'm just reapplying in the parts that it didn't actually grab the glue. And just let me know, guys, if you can hear me clearly. I know that I feel like I do need to buy like a speaker. Even when I'm speaking without the voiceover, sometimes I kind of feel like my voice is really low, so I am hunting for a speaker so I can add, and you can probably hear me clearer. So if you have any recommendations on any type of speaker that I can buy, a microphone for my camera, let me know. So here I'm just adding the gel medium to her, making sure she's down. She's super cute. So here I am adding my last piece, and this is the leaves, the foliage. I kind of regret using this glue for it because the die cut, the paper, it's a bit thicker, and so it was giving me a little bit of an issue to keep it down, but I managed to do so, but I did have to apply a lot of glue. It would have been simpler if I could just add the glitter glue and just do that, but it does stay down after I reapply and dry it up with my tool, heating tool. So I realized that the image is so pretty, but you can see, because it's on rice paper, you can see like the background on her face. I didn't like the way that it looked, so I decided just to go over her face with some white, and this is the bleed proof white from Dr. Martens. It's a waterproof, of course. It goes on permanent. So I decided to just go over her face and paint it white. That way that part at the bottom doesn't show. And so I was trying to do this as careful as I can without losing her features and things like that. So that is what I'm doing right now. And then I decided just to go over these little circles that are around. They are supposed to be white, so I just wanted to highlight them and just bring them out a bit. And that's what I'm doing here. So I just go over the ones that are white. So here I'm going over her nose and her mouth, just making sure that I did go over just a tad bit with the white. I didn't want to lose her features, so of course I just went over with the pen. And I think she looks great, and her face does stand out, which is great. So overall, I'm very happy with the page. I thank you, Margie, for challenging me. If there's anyone out there that wants to challenge me, please send me 5 prompts. And this is coming from Margie from This, That, and Beyond. I will link her down below. Go check her out. She's also working on her Art by You prompts challenge or collaboration. So show her some love, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I think it turned out really great. Send me your feedback. Let me know how you think it turned out. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. God bless.